Well, I wasn't expecting this. The sun is out and it feels quite warm. So I think it's time for a bit of cottage gardening. After 25 years living in London, I've returned to my birthplace amongst the mountains of the South Wales valleys. Join me as I journey my new life with plans of growing my own food and ultimately creating my own homestead. Videos are posted every week, so if you like this one, give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Now, completely the wrong time of year to be doing this, but the other choice is they do it when they come. There's a beautiful fuchsia there, which started off as a small plant. Right, just find somewhere to put them. I have absolutely loads of raspberries on this plant. If you remember, this was the one where it flowers or fruits twice a year. So I'm interested to see what the taste is like for the autumn ones. Oh, that's a lot better than I thought, because when I tried them about a week ago, they were awful. But there's absolutely loads of them. That's the new growth for next year. Obviously, they're not as juicy as the ones in the summer. And a few of them have gone a bit mouldy in the weather. And those ones I just pull off and throw away. But there's still a feed here. And there's some beauties on this one. It's doing really well there. There they are. Beautiful. Right, just put these flowers in. So I'm hoping these new plants will take. It's always a gamble when you transplant something like that big, but in that much growth. But if I give them plenty of water, then that's all I can do, isn't it? Now the problem with this garden is it is completely full of bricks, because that's what they used to do in the old days. They used to make a raised bed. Look, there's even a lump of Welsh coal. They used to make a raised bed and throw all the rubble from the house into it. Oh, don't say this is going to break. That didn't feel good then. That didn't feel good. So I did contemplate back a few months of having a skip and taking out all the soil and refilling it, but the cost of it was too much. The cost of having a skip was nearly into the thousands, so I thought we'll just make do and get through. Right, this will have a lot of water. Hopefully it'll take, because it reminds me of my family home. It is the same variety of the one that we had there, that was in the middle of the garden and grew to about 6 foot tall. So I'll keep an eye on it, and if it's not taken, because it's a big plant, then I'll take some cuttings. In fact, it is ripe for the cuttings of. Right, we'll get a load of water at the end now. I can't remember what these ones are, but they've done really well. I think it is an annual, so they may have to be sacrificed. Now, there was a geranium somewhere. Very nice geranium as well. It's strange how the front garden was looking beautiful. And that's the one garden I've spent less time on. Right. Put these over here, I think. This side is the worst for bricks. Oh, there's too many bricks there. Let's put them here instead. Might even get the hose pipe out. Oh, I had a phone call just before I came into the garden. Apparently they're coming to do the bathroom tomorrow morning. They're beautiful flowers, these are, whatever they're called. What I like about them is, even though it's a small plant, that is the root ball, it's a big plant on top, so it'll fill a space. Right, let's get the watering can, or the hose pipe I said. Give everything a good soak. Oh no, there's a lot more to come out first. There's Amber there, she's just come back from spending the morning with her boyfriend, who lives at the end of the street. They meet up on the bit of scrubland. Oh! Now something else I've had to dig up is this acer, which is exactly like the one I've got on the homestead, called Orange Dreams. So I've decided to put it into this pot. And I will move it into the garden in time, but I haven't got anywhere to put it at the moment. Plus, I don't think it's done very well being in full sun. So if it can be in the shade, which is like the one down the homestead, that's in the shade. If it can be in the shade for a bit. 3 magpies, what does that mean? If it can be in the shade for a bit, then maybe it will be grateful. Do a bit of pruning of the roots. Give it a bit of fresh soil as well. In fact, I'll leave it down here. It's very warm today. 10 minutes now and the sun will be going behind the mountain. Right, I'll leave that there for the time being. Right, that's everything. That's all the plants. They've all been moved. The soil will just have to be dug up. Cup of tea, I think. Well, good morning. I've been up and about early this morning. I've been in the garden so what I'm doing is, when the National Grid come in a few weeks, they have to dig up the front garden. So unfortunately, all the flowers need to go. So I've been moving everything to the back garden, and now this morning I've started to bag up the soil in order to, because it's good soil, in order to take that into the garden as well. Big day today. The plumbers are coming to do the bathroom finally. But I've got my shopping. So this is my shopping for the next week. Part of this new healthy thing that I'm doing. And I've already picked up on a few little niggles already. So I know how you like a good shopping haul, so let's have a look what I've got. Sweet potatoes. I'm impressed by the size. Sometimes with sweet potatoes, they get very small. So I've got a few packets of those. I've got to check the dates of these things. But what I've noticed is, that's a lemon that I bought from Waitrose the last time. This is the lemon from this order, which is Asda. Never been to Asda before, but look at the size of that. I think there's a possibility I might be using 2 of these, whereas I would only use 1 before. So, not impressed with the size of their lemons. Right, let's start putting things away. So, 2 packets of cooked beetroot. I do love a bit of beetroot, I do. Welcome to the amazing, magical fridge. What is in here? Bit of fish. 16th of October. And today is the 15th. Okay, so not too impressed by that already. 15th today, and I've got to use 2 pieces of fish by tomorrow. Right, so should I just freeze them? I look forward to your comments. I should just freeze them, I think. What's this? Lean beef. Lean beef steak mince. 5% fat. 23rd of October. So that's fine. That's over a week. Might you put mince? I'll just put that in the fridge for the time being. Mushrooms, mushrooms are mushrooms, isn't it? They'll go in there. Carrots. Sweet, crunchy carrots. There's not a lot of weight to these. See, you get used to what you get used to. And look at that. My finger's thicker than that. Anyway, it's the first time to test these things out. Whether I go back, we'll see. And apples. Look at the size of them apples. Look how small they are. So this whole bill came to £98. Whereas the same thing going to Waitrose would be about 120. But is it worth going cheap? If everything seems to be shrinking. Look at that, 2 bites and that's gone. Better than out, I suppose. And we have peppers. What's the use by date on these? I'm intrigued now by this use by date. Doesn't seem to have one. Oh, I've got some milk, some almond milk. This is usually about a year, isn't it? Best before. Used by 26. Right, so that'll be okay. Put those cabbages out because they're for dinner. 2 cucumbers. Why on earth did I order 2? No idea. Now when you get your cucumber, do you unwrap it? I'm always confused. Do you unwrap it, then put it in the fridge, or do you just pop it in the fridge as is? It's these little questions of life that keep me awake at night. Right. Salad bag. Best before Friday. Okay, that's fine, but it's still... That's okay, I suppose. Spinach. 20th. That's a good week. That's perfect. I love spinach. The problem with these bags is it fills up the fridge. Right. These were expensive. These were about £2 something, whereas in Waitrose they're only £1. So I've got, let's open up, raspberries. This is something new. White fish. Bit of cod, I think. White fish fillets. Green beans. You can't go wrong with green beans, can you? And a bag of peas. Right, I'm only putting them in there because you can see. Otherwise I'd put them down in the big, in fact I'll put this in the big fridge, in the freezer below you. And what else do I have? There's a lot of air in these. I feel like I'm buying a lot of air. Right. Oh, I forgot I ordered this. Shredded mixed cabbage. Now, where do you stand on the old debate? Do you buy fresh or do you buy frozen? Some more anorexic carrots and tangerines. Yeah, okay. Very decent size, I suppose. A Swede, otherwise known as a rutabaga in America. And the biggest courgette you've ever seen in your life. Plus the smallest winter squash you've ever seen in your life. Oh, and some more sweet peppers, bell peppers. So, I'm not that impressed, to be honest. What else do we have? We have some Welsh potatoes. Baby potatoes from West Wales. 2 bags of those. And now we have nuts. We have roasted and salted mixed nuts. I did want the ones that weren't salted, but I couldn't find them. So salted is better than not having them at all. Almonds. A little bag of almonds for the munching of. And walnuts, which ancient people used to think walnuts were good for the brain because they looked like a brain. And a bit of balsamic, because my balsamic's coming to an end, so we'll pop that at the back. And a bit of light soya sauce, because that's what the recipe called for. Now tuna, but in spring water. I've had to stock up on my condiments. Oh yeah, so I thought I'd try some roasted garlic. Not really a fan of garlic, but this new lifestyle calls for a bit of garlic and some onion granules. That's new on me as well. And a bit of ground black pepper. I thought, let's just get the pepper, because my shakers, that one is seized up. So not impressed with John Lewis. We're putting in a complaint to them. Little bananas. And what are these? Whole meal wraps. 21st of the 10th. So a week again. Which is okay, I suppose, for them. Now, there was a deal on 2 boxes for the price of 1.5. So I thought, I'll go for that. Which is porridge oats. Which I don't use for porridge, I use them as overnight oats. Which is something I want to get back into. Now, my ideal kitchen would be something with a load of dispensers. So you could throw all your food into these things, and then if you wanted some oats, you just pressed a button and they fell out. I'm sure there is one. I was watching an old episode of the Waltons the other day, and they seemed to have it. She opened this thing and she threw all the flour into the pot, and then when she wanted flour, she just pressed a button and a portion of it popped out. Now, I bought some I needed whole grain bread, but the only one they had was whole grain and rye with sourdough but softer. So I thought give that a go, but I only bought half a loaf. As they said during the strikes, half a loaf is better than no bread. And now the last thing, just as I thought the fridge was finished, I've got 4 pots of Greek yogurt, 0% fat. Now, even I might be stuck to put these in. Let's have a look. I'm tempted to get some boxes. So when these things turn up, you can take them out and put them into a sealed box, and then everything has its space. Do you do that, or do you just... Because I feel sometimes it's the air that stops you from getting a good arrangement. So if you take the air out of it, it's a lot easier. But I've thought for a while, if I could get some boxes, then... Oh, my disco lights are starting. If I could get some boxes, then that would be a lot better. There we go. Just about fit it all in. Oh, right. I'm going to have now a nice cup of tea, because in about 2 hours the workmen are coming in order to drill a hole through the wall in the bathroom. So what they're going to do is they're going to drill a hole through the wall into the garden with the bath. I think they're doing it with the toilet as well. I'm not quite sure. I've lost track of everything. Hard to think that on Saturday it would be a month since Ollie died. And on Friday it is 4 years, I think it's 4 years, that my friend Barbara died in London. The one who has the fir tree down on the homestead. Time is certainly flying. Talking about time flying, I spoke to Jeff yesterday. We had a bit of bad news about one of the old, well, not the old, but one of the plot holders who's now become the old guard. He's been there for so long. Had a bit of bad news about him this week, about his health. So I spoke to Jeff yesterday, and Jeff said he was 81. He said, just give me a minute, I've got this newfangled hearing aid. He said, I can press a button now and your phone call goes straight through to the ear. He doesn't have to hold a phone up. But he said he has slowed down a lot. And this year he's hoping to get back into the greenhouse once it's cleared. He said his grandsons have started to mow the garden for him. 81. What an age. Right. I can't get over the size of them. Look at them. Pips. I'm going to have a cup of tea now. This is certainly the calm before the storm.